Nagle's love for all things aviation started at a young age. That's according to his younger brother, James, who 13 News reporter Andy Bernhardt had the chance to speak with today. Andy, we can really only imagine what they're going through now.
Yeah, Marilee, it is heartbreaking. I spoke with James Nagle, who's John's brother, and he tells me he still can't believe his big brother is gone. He says these last few days has been emotional as he's revisiting where they grew up together.
This is where it all began for him, really. You know, this is our family home when we were growing up.
James Nagle, John Nagle's younger brother, says John's passion for flying started right here in his hometown, thanks to a family friend.
When he showed up, he told John, said, "Sorry, I'm late. I was flying with a student." And John just lit up after that. He told me this story all the time. And he's like, "Flying with a student, what do you mean?" So they talked, and that was it. He started taking flying lessons, and you know, basically spent 90% of his money on flying lessons and became a private pilot at that point.
James says his brother fell in love with all things aviation at a young age. John was on board Wednesday inside the Vietnam-era Huey for an event close to his heart.
That event, I think, was special to so many people. I mean, John would tell me that, you know, it was just so amazing to see, you know, some of those old veterans' eyes light up whenever, you know, they got there.
James says John will always be remembered as a kind, loving family man whose love for aviation was infectious.
You know, talking to him about it made you want to do it. And it was just that way about anything. John was a genuinely good person. He cared for people. He cared for people's happiness. And he just really wanted to see people happy. And flying is what made him most happy, so he wanted to share that.
His passion for flight lives on through his son, Jawan, who's training to be a commercial pilot, just one of the many John inspired.
Well, John was an amazing person who I looked up to. I think a lot of people looked up to him. And he just made the world a better place. He really did. And it's going to be tough figuring out how to move on.
James tells me his family and the community support has been heartwarming throughout this, and John's funeral will be this Thursday. Live, Andy Bernhardt, 13 News.